Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 7. In the last episode, we went through the first two Dr. Wily stages, and now we're going to go through stages 3 and 4. I need to get a drink of tea in real quick. Maybe I need to get another one. There, that's better. Alright. Let's do that. And as this little map screen plays, I'm going to bust out another green tea. Hopefully make sure that my throat is cleared. And then we should be on our merry way. Alright. Dr. Wily Stage 3. I'm going to go ahead and equip the Super Power Adapter. I don't know why I keep calling it that, but I do. And for some reason, I should have known that was going to hit me from all the way up there. It's whatever. I can easily destroy everything with the power-up fists. And I might as well see if I can get some bolts. Thankfully, I can. And hopefully, these bolts will make it a little easier for me to refill on stuff if I need to. We can easily jump to that energy over there, but we don't need to. And I'm going to go ahead and equip the Super Adapter. Just hit the first one, they'll be out of our way. And I need to get him out of the way too. There we go. Now we got these two guys flying around. We just need to make our way to the left. And if we wanted to, we could use Danger Wrap on that enemy there to get a life, but we're not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to continue my way up here. Now to take care of the springy enemies with the power-up fists. Thankfully, I'll be able to take care of them even if they're slightly off screen. And power-up fist really makes this part easier. I may have to use the regular form of Mega Man for this part. And let's see what's going on over here. Okay, you know what, that's fine. By the way, this is the only way you can reach this top part. And I'll go ahead and mention what the bottom part does. If you go take the lower path, you will have to dodge a bunch of spikes on your way down to the water below. And unlike the first 6 games, the screen is actually scrolling with you, so you're going to have to do a better job of reacting than normal compared to the first 6 games, just to avoid everything. Then, you have to face the mini-boss from Burstman stage. Once you beat that mini-boss, you float up the water again. Once again, you have to avoid spikes, and there is a dead end full of spikes where if you stay in the left-hand side of the room for too long on your way up, you're going to get trapped there, you're going to die, and you're going to have to do that whole part over. So let's see what happens if we go up here. Oh no! Okay, I was expecting these. I don't know how I did that. Well, it's a good thing I came up here with the Super Adapter because E-Tank, S-Tank, and W-Tank. And I'm gonna float down here just to be safe. And hey, we got the Stegosaurus from Slashman stage coming back. Just for one time only, though. And this is where you end up, regardless of which path you take. At the end of the other path, you would have ended up at the screen to the left, where you could have used the Danger Wrap almost said the burst wrap for some reason. You can use the danger wrap against the enemy that is moving back and forth across the floor to get to the energy tank, and then there you go. Right. I want to use the Noise Crush for this because I believe that's the one weapon you can use against this. So, these things, these missiles, you can ride on them. You can stand on them and take a ride on them. As for the laser, you want to keep sliding to the right, so that way you don't get hit by it. And you want to keep sliding right, so that way the boss doesn't hit you. Then you want to stay a little bit to the left, so that way you don't get hit by the bombs. You will need to time your jumps, or, yeah, your jumps carefully to get on the missiles carefully. Thankfully, this will take just one more hit. Just have to make sure you hit it on the nose, or at least the eyes. I prefer going for the nose because you can still hit it that way. By the way, the two Japanese characters, I believe, stand for death kill or sudden kill, which is interesting. I never really thought that... Well, maybe Dr. Wily did want to kill Mega Man this whole time. Maybe. Who's to tell? Deactivate at the very least. And... there's the password. Once again, not very useful. You go back to the first stage of Dr. Wily every single time. And do I need anything? I'm going to check just to be safe. I don't think I need anything. I also forgot to mention what Beat does. I believe Beat saves you in case you fall into a bottomless pit. He doesn't really help you attack the enemy like he has done in past games. So, Beat got watered down for this one. Okay, so we don't need that. We don't need that. I know we don't need that. And we don't need any extra lives. We don't need anything else. So, we're as good as gold as far as Stage 4 is concerned. And here we are at the map screen again. Straight line down to Dr. Wily's stage. Let's do this. First, I want to get the super adapter because I want to do a thing. There's a W tank there, and some bolts, and down there, life we don't need, and even more bolts. And once we walk into here, we are in the boss rush. What was the first one that I did? Can't remember. Was it Freeze Man? I think it was Freeze Man. Yeah, it was Freeze Man. Now I'm going to show off some interesting stuff that you can do with the enemies here. For instance, if you use Freeze Cracker on Freeze Man. Hey! Alright, fun time's over. He just freezes the screen and does a pose. That's all he does. You can't move when he does it. It's just there for show. And he's as good as gone because, once again, I know how to beat him with Junk Shield. Now, which one is this one? I want to think it's Junk Man. No, it's Slash Man. Well, I'm going to be equipping the Freeze Cracker immediately. Can you stop doing that? Okay. Now, if we get hit by any of these things that are coming down, we can rotate the control pad buttons as well as the face buttons themselves, A, B, X, and Y. to get out of it in case we're covered in that red goop. And we can still fight back. Of course, you're going to have to do a lot of button mashing in order to get out of it. Well, he's gone. And of course, you want to make sure that you collect the energy that every boss leaves, every robot master leaves when you beat them, of course. Now, I know to the right is Jumpman. I can't oh, wait, it's Turbo Man. I know this isn't the correct weapon. No, this is Jumpman. Which means that to the right is something else. Well, we know what to do here. Yeah, this will not take long. And down he goes. Forget what's over here. I don't think it's Shade Man, because that's one down the left. I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to look at the room and... No, it's Cloud Man. Yeah, it is Cloud Man. Well, time to equip Danger Wrap. And I actually got the timing on this down a little better. You want to be hitting him with the Danger Wrap when the screen starts flashing white. If you're able to hit him while the screen is flashing white, he won't be able to attack at all. And I thought I missed the timing completely on that one. And that one. Shot a little bit late on that. Well, we made it work. Now, I believe this is Shade Man. No, this is Turbo Man. Shade Man must be to the right. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the thing. Hit him with... If you hit him with Thunderbolt, he will flash like this, meaning that he is temporarily invincible. Not fun. Game. There we go. Yeah, while he's invincible and flashing like that, you can't hit him. And I had to be silent to get that last hit in. That sound that you hear before he runs towards you, before he drives towards you, that is your cue to get ready to jump. You want to listen for that. And I believe this is Shade Man. No, it's... Blah. Shade Man is further down to the left. But we do have... Spring Man, and if you use Thunderbolt on him, this happens. I have to keep sliding because he's drawing me towards him. So yeah, don't hit him with Thunderbolts. And of course, the same strategies still apply. Wait for him to start spinning his hands around like that before hitting him as he drops down. Another easy boss to beat up. Once we have the weakness and we know what to do. And it shouldn't be long now before we beat Spring Man. And we get the energy here. Okay. Now we face Shade Man. To the right is Burst Man, in case you're wondering. Yeah, I can tell it's him because of the bat in the center. Now, believe it or not, if you use the Noise Crush against Shade Man, he does that. So don't do it. Also, once again, you want to make sure you hit him with Wild Coil. Ow. And if I actually manage to get... There we go. Managed to get him to attack me just like that, and there we go. I'm kind of afraid to show this off. I know I can't use Super Adapter here, so I'm going to wait until I get into the next room to do this. There are two things that I want to show off with Burst Man. One, if you try to hit him with the power-up fist on the Super Adapter, you don't do any damage, and the fist comes back to you with one of Burst Man's bombs attached to it, and when it comes back to you, you take damage. Two, that's what happens when you use Scorch Wheel against Burst Man. It's the same as a fully charged Mega Buster shot. I'm not going to use it because the Mega Buster is far more efficient in taking care of our buddy Burst Man here. Far, far more efficient. Also, those orange bubbles, again, they do bounce you around if you run into them, so don't do it. You can also bounce off the walls if you jump into them. And I'm waiting for him to jump again. And there we go. Oh. I thought I'd be able to jump off the wall one more time just to be funny, but... Well, can't do that. But I can do this. Oh. And maybe I should get the superpower adapter equipped before I get those things, or else I'm not going to get them. Now, here we are in the final room of the game. There is nothing hidden to the right, so don't even bother. And once we drop down, we're going to be facing Dr. Wily for the 7th time. Just take your sweet time there, Dr. Wily. I got some tea to drink. Waiting on you, buddy. There you are. You want to hit Dr. Wily with Thunderbolt. And you want to slide under the skull when the spikes are up. Because you can run into the spikes and take underneath where the jaw is and take damage. And eventually, Wily will send some skulls at you. Wow, I can't believe that blocked that shot. And after a couple steps, Dr. Wily will leap out at you. And then he'll pop up in either side of the screen, like he always does. I'm glad that I did not use a single energy can throughout this entire thing. I am glad. And now we have the second form, which is a little more difficult, but manageable. I'm going to equip Freeze Cracker. You want to hit him with it because, well, it's the only weapon that you can really angle at anybody. Ow. I'm going to use an energy can just to be safe. And if you time it like I just did, you can hit him twice with the Freeze Cracker. And I was only able to hit the yellow ball. The red balls burn. The blue balls freeze. And the yellow ones just do damage. Ah! Not again. Well, we can do this. I know we can do this. Also, I wish I used Wild Coil when Dr. Wily showed up right at my level, because had I done that, I could have just charted up and gotten some free hits with that. Ah! Well, I tried to do that. Ow. I should not have tried that. Okay. Time to use another E-Can. This one is harder than some of the Dr. Wily bosses that I fought in the past. At least you have iframes when you come out of... I didn't want that! And of course, I had to jump over that, but you kind of figured that out already. Oh yeah, I fired the weapon when I did that. Let's go ahead and use one of these. That way I'm not thrown out of whack there. Yeah, these balls are definitely a pain to avoid. And I can't believe I have to use my left energy can. I can still use the special one. I can still use the S can. But that's going to be my last refill, and if I really mess up here, that's going to be really bad. Why am I switching to Thunderbolt? I need to stop touching the shoulder buttons. Well, we're done anyway. Pretty hard battle, this one. But as long as you're able to time everything so that you can get those 2 freeze cracker hits in instead of 1, you're golden. Okay, I give up. Sorry about all the trouble. I'll go quietly. I don't trust you, Wily. I gonna do what I should have done years ago. I gonna. Wow. Great job, Capcom. You forget, Mega Man. Robots cannot harm humans. I am more than a robot. Die, Wily. Wow, Mega Man just gonna straight up try to kill him. But of course he doesn't get the chance because once again, self-destruct sequence has been initiated. Dr. Wily gets caught under some rubble. And as Mega Man slowly approaches, Treble shows up, rescues Dr. Wily, then we meet Base. Too late, Mega Man. He who hesitates is lost. We shall return. And with that, Dr. Wily's Skull Fortress explodes. We teleport out of there. And that is the end of Mega Man 7. And just like that, the entire Skull Fortress is ablaze. We get this interesting Mode 7 style sequence for the ending, which apparently wasn't on the Anniversary Collection for some reason. And the credits roll. So how was this one? Well, this one wasn't too bad. The graphics are what you'd expect from Capcom. They're pretty good. You can definitely tell what everything is. Everything's a little bit bigger compared to the first 3 X games. So you'll have to keep that in mind when you play 7. But it didn't really give me that much trouble. The sound and music are alright. Once again, they're the usual Capcom quality. The music here sounds different compared to the first 3 X games. Everything's a little more lighthearted and whimsical. But then you also have music like what's going on in the credits too. Some people may tell you that the music here is a step down from X, X2, and X3. Especially since there isn't a lot of overdrive guitars. But it does what it should. Not the most memorable stuff, but It's not god-awful either. So Capcom did pretty well on the music and the sound as well. Play control. Plays just like every other Mega Man game I played. I do want to think that Mega Man moves a little bit slower, but not too much. Simply because of this not being like the first 6 games. But other than that, I never really had any problems with the responsiveness of the controls or anything. Capcom made this as tight of a game as they could, a tightly controlling game as they could. So the game plays pretty well, and that's alright. Replay value, once again, just like every other Mega Man game I played on the channel, I think I played, including this one, 10 of them now, up to this point. Once you play through this game, there's really no reason to play through it again unless you're either binging a bunch of Super Nintendo games or you're binging a bunch of Mega Man games. Other than that, that's it. I do like the fact that you can use Rut Search to look for stuff. I like that there are some alternate paths in the Dr. Wily stages. But other than that, there's really not worth playing through for a second time. And is this one worth getting? Yeah, pretty much. This was during the magical time of 94 and 95 when Super Nintendo was still getting some pretty good games. Sony PlayStation and Sega Saturn were still on the horizon. No one was quite sure of how those two systems would fare. And there's just so many good games from this period, as well as some that have been unsung. And I do want to play through all those games that I saw on Nintendo Power all those years ago. I played this one. I played Mega Man X2. Heck, I want to play Big Sky Trooper. That would be a good thing. But anyway, this is definitely worth getting. Get it however you can. It's not going to be on the same level as, say, Mega Man 2 or 3, but it's still a very good sequel altogether. And now the camera is panning its way up, away from the fortress fire and into the stars above. So I was just saying, I want to play some of those games from Nintendo Power that I saw all those years ago. I want to play Big Sky Trooper. I played Secret of Evermore. I played Mega Man X2. I played this one. I want to play a few more Super Nintendo RPGs. And group photo time. Not sure why Rush is yawning in that picture, but okay. Well, some photo op that was. I want to think that maybe you could control Mega Man in that. I don't know. But, well, after that last photo, we get thank you for playing Capcom 1995, Capcom / number 1415 5585 7823 6251. If you input this password at the password menu, you will go to the last level of a normal game. You'll actually start right before Dr. Wily. And you'll have everything, including the Frodo Shield. So if you want to fight Dr. Wily one more time, you can use that password. However, if you hold L and R before confirming the password, you get a interesting little fighting mode that was programmed into the game. And I may show that off next time. As a matter of fact, I will do that. So, join me next time where I show off the fighting mode. Even though there's only one of me and I don't have a second person. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!